This is an in-depth look at the real Irish Republican Army. But who are the real Irish Republican Army? Well, they're commonly referred to as an illegal organisation in Northern Ireland and England. However, in the United States, they're referred to as a foreign terrorist organisation. They view themselves as paramilitary radicals who are dedicated to achieving a united Ireland free from British rule. Their origin dates back to 1997 when they split from the Provisional Irish Republican Army. Their main objective has always been to achieve a free and united Ireland. They stand firm in their rejection of the Mitchell Principles and Belfast Agreement. They maintain opposition to political settlements that would hinder the possibility of a united Ireland. The Mitchell Principles. What are they? Well, they're ground rules that propose talks towards the future of the region regarding Northern Ireland and the British government, listed here are the 6 main tenets of the Mitchell Principles. The Belfast Agreement was signed by both Irish and British governments in 1998 and is commonly referred to as the Good Friday Agreement. I.R.A. members likened the Belfast Agreement to the 1921 Anglo-Irish Treaty that was basically a colonisation ritual and what most deemed to be the cause of the initial separation of Ireland itself. The I.R.A. contained a rigorous organisational structure in the form of 7-member Army Council as seen listed here. The formation of the I.R.A. has often been accredited to Michael McCarthy and his wife Bernadette Sands McCarthy, although former members of the PIRA were also involved in the formation of the RIRA. The RIRA utilized a core choice of weapons, including but not limited to those listed and seen here. In their 13 years of existence, they've been credited with many acts of terrorism and selected acts of violence against British officials. It was in January 1998 that they first began the violent activities with an attempted bombing in Banbridge County, Northern Ireland. The formal announcement for the RIA was done on May 9th of 1998 through a coded telephone call to a Belfast media station. This was followed by a campaign of bombings and violence throughout Northern Ireland. Following their initial bombing attempts, the IRA did not gain actual recognition. It was only until during what seemed to be a Rocane Road blockade in County Armagh that a member stated were from the IRA, the real IRA, that they gained common recognition. The Omagh bombing. This was a devastating attack and one of the RIA's largest to date. In Omar's town centre, on August 15, 1998, a car bomb was detonated. The incident killed 29 people and injured more than 220 others. This was one of the single deadliest attacks of the Troubles. But what are the Troubles, you ask? Well, this was an intense period of political violence during the 1960s, which lasted until the 1990s. Although discredited by the RRA, the Belfast Agreement was thought to have ended the major violence of the Troubles. A ceasefire was agreed upon in September of 1998 to quell immense pressure from authorities and a public outcry after the Omagh incident. However, in true RRA fashion, this would not last long. In January of 2000, after almost a year of practically no activity and constant raids from authorities, the RRA announced their return to arms and called for support in their unity movement. Following the Omagh attacks, they did not return their efforts to Northern Ireland, but instead focused their attentions on England, their oppressor. They planned a serious campaign to send a message to the British. Listed here are but a few examples of RIRA activity on British home soil. The Ealing bombing. This was one of the largest attacks by the RIRA on British soil. Seen here are some images from the explosion. Following their apparent successes in England, they returned their efforts to Northern Ireland with renewed bombing and acts of violence. But where are the authorities when all of this was happening? Well, they were working diligently to arrest key members of the organisation. Michael McCarthy and Liam Campbell, high-ranking RIA members, were both arrested and charged for membership of an illegal organisation. Michael McCarthy was also charged with directing terrorism. Several key other members of RIA were also arrested, including Colin Murphy, who was charged with causing the Omagh bombing. After a 2-month trial, Michael McCrae was convicted of directing terrorism. This was seen as a major milestone achievement for the authorities. Even after major setback, the IRA still continued its campaign for freedom via acts of violence against the authorities and whom they felt were responsible for a segregated Ireland. Some continuing efforts by the IRA span to 2008 when a new offensive was launched against legitimate targets. Even after their efforts and strides, the IRA still feel they're no closer to achieving their goals for a united Ireland. The IRA are essentially composed of radicals who view themselves as freedom fighters. Many of their countrymen in Northern Ireland share this view, but it is their extremist behaviour that has earned them the title of terrorists worldwide. One final thought. Are the IRA freedom fighters or terrorists? Well, regardless of your decision, it's important to remember they're fighting for their country and for a united Ireland. For the purpose of this video, I've referenced the following websites. Thank you.